Whether you realize it or not, your relationship with your face has a big impact on your life. You wake up to it, you see it everywhere, on every photo, on every mirror, on every phone call. You carry it onto each day, and this relationship can be tense, can be confusing, can be difficult, and at times even painful. And I don't believe it's just a question of self love. I believe we can really heal that relationship, but it takes identity work, self devotion, harmonization, real habit change, not just trying to convince yourself in front of the mirror that you love what you see. So if you feel like you could take some steps towards that reconciliation with your own face and own image, and you want to appreciate it but you are not there yet, this video is for you. Do something with me, because I want you to be not just listening to me but really using my videos as a space where you start to do the work, where you start to question yourself, not where you come and take notes and reflect later on it. Use those opportunities, those 20 minutes that you take during your day. I wanted to bring you something right now, so put your hands on your face right now. Sorry, I need to keep my mic around here. Okay, put your hands on your face right now and just feel your skin, just feel yourself, feel your face for a moment. Connect with it. Like, don't try to fix or anything. Just try to connect with your own face. And I want you to ask yourself one question: why the relationship between us got damaged? Really feel like you are in contact with someone and you want to understand why this relationship got damaged. What happened? What is the first things that comes to your mind? And it might be a mix of so many things that you cannot even hear something in particular. It might be social media, it might be filters, beauty standards, your childhood, some traumas, comparison, subtle comments that you received over and over again, life transitions, breakup, whatever it is. What damaged this relationship? And try to find empathy for your face. Like, yeah, it's not your fault. It's actually beauty standards, my childhood, whatever it is that you think that it is. Even if it might not be that. Maybe you think it's your childhood and maybe it's not about your childhood at all. But whatever you feel, use that as a way to connect with your face and have empathy for it. Like, you are actually perfect as you are. You are actually here for me. I actually connect with you, but the relationship got damaged not because of you, not because of me, but because of this external factor. And I know we all always push you to be responsible, but the truth is that sometimes in life some things happen and the responsibility is not on those things. You can accept that it was not in your control when you were on your childhood, or when you were not aware on how much comparison or social media were impacting your beauty identity, etc., etc. It doesn't always have to be on your own shoulders. What is on your shoulders is right now what you will do with that information, you know. So it's okay to release it, to be like, it doesn't belong to me. The relationship got damaged not through me, through something external, but me. Now is my responsibility. I want to rebuild that relationship with my face. I have empathy for it. It doesn't deserve to be disliked or hated. And your face right now is doing the best that it can. You know, it's doing the best that it can with what it has. If it needs to carry so many emotions, unprocessed feelings and situations, circumstances, environments, or whatever you feed into yourself that maybe doesn't correspond to what you need, or you know, your face is trying to carry everything as best as possible. So I just want you to realize, I don't have a problem with my face. The relationship just got damaged, and the real problem I have is with the reflection of it, not directly with it. And the reflection is not really my face. The reflection is just the embodiment that I'm currently in. It's not a fixed truth. You being puffy or this and that, it's not a fixed truth about you. It's just your current embodiment, your current circumstances. So you don't have a problem with your face, you have a problem with your current circumstances. And so for that, you need to differentiate three main things that actually get confused in our mind. And that's the reason why we have a problem, I think, with our image. So there is first who you are, and by that I don't mean to enter the spiritual question of who are you, because actually no one has the answer. But I really mean like who you are in your baseline beauty, your natural features, and the way you would naturally look if you were in your most healthy, harmonious, balanced, grounded self. So there is who you are, and there is who you became. Whatever your face became shaped into because of past experiences, environment, people, relationship, transitions, self-belief, etc., etc. And those things can show up on your face like puffiness or dryness or whatever it appears to be, but those things are not you. They are just a reflection of who you became from your beauty baseline and natural features. And first, there is often a confusion between those two things because we often believe that our flaws are who we are and we need to accept them. But no, it's not the case. But there is a third category which creates even more confusions, that there is who you are in your baseline beauty and natural features. There is who you became with anything that your face had to process through your life years until now. And there is also who you believe that you should be to be attractive and beautiful and loved and peaceful, etc., etc. And this third category is actually creating the most confusion inside of you and impacting your relationship with your face and image, because there is an illusion of a perfect version of yourself, filtered, standardized, unanimous. And the more you try to reach for that, the more you get away from the first version of who you are in your natural features and natural baseline, which is the best that you can look as you. And so, healing the relationship with your face is understanding those three groups, being aware of where you stand, and separating the confusion of it to come back to the first one, your baseline natural beauty, your natural features in a balanced, harmonious, beautiful, not impacted by environment so much and self-belief so much, that you can actually shine as yourself. So take a mirror or a photo of yourself, or just think of an image of yourself, but that image will be flowed by your own memory of yourself. But if you don't have anything on your hand right now, the best is to have a mirror and just look at yourself right now, or take a photo and look at that photo and ask yourself, did you immediately zoom to your flaws when you looked at the photo or at the image? Did you immediately zoom like to the things that you don't like about the face? Did it tense your body to look at yourself, or did it feel normal, relaxed? How did it feel in your body when you looked at yourself? Did it feel like a contraction of your muscle and self? When you look at this image, do you recognize yourself? Do you feel like even if you see the flaws or whatever circumstances got stuck on your face, even if you see the improvements that can be made, do you recognize yourself? Do you feel like it's me? It could be better, I could improve some things, I could lose some weight or whatever, but you know what? Yeah, it's me. Or do you feel like, you know what? It's completely not me. I don't know who is this person, but it's not me. Now, look and try to find which part of it, even if it doesn't feel like you, which part of your face still holds the most of your real self. In which part you can look. Is it your eyes, your nose, your shine, your lips, whatever, your shape of your face, your chin? Where is it that holds the most your real self? When you look at it and you forget about the rest, you can be like, okay, there is still a part of my real self in that. For me, it's generally my eyes. I feel like, and they are also really changing. Maybe you see it in the videos. They really change colors according to my energy and mood. And it's really crazy. They can go from the deep, dark black eyes to the lightest like green, sometimes even yellow and orange when it's raining. I mean, it's completely crazy. And when I look at my eyes, even if my face feels puffy today, even if my lips feel like they are too thin, even if my nose feels like it's too big, even if my face feels like it's aging and falling apart, when I look at my eyes, I can still see my real self and connect to it. And I want you to find this in yourself so that whenever it feels tense or hard to look at your image, I want you to connect to that part that still holds your real self. And I want you to just look at it and remember who you are. And the last question that you will ask yourself and will be revealing is, if you made any judgment while looking at the photo or the image in the mirror, or even just thinking about yourself, which were those judgments? What were you telling yourself? And those questions, if you journal on it, reflect on it, they are a great baseline to help you understand what's going on and restore this relationship with your face. Of course, according to you, there is a million questions that we could dive into, and a lot of work that we could do together if you want to go deeper, but start there. Also, I believe that I already said it on my channel, and I'm repeating it, but even if self-love is a beautiful thing to have, I believe it's not always the answer. And what I wanted to share also is that if you struggle with your image or your face and you're trying to love it, but it's hard because you don't see yourself in it yet, and you cannot rely on self-love to really help you because it feels forced, what you can rely on is self-security. Learn and practice to feel safe with yourself, to feel that even if you are not looking like your best self yet, you are safe to be just here with your flaws in front of yourself, and you're not going to be judged, and you're not going to be hated, and you're going to be supported, you're going to be taken care of, like just like a best friend who keep loving you whatever your circumstances or your weight, and just wants the best for you. Of course it's gonna get interested into why you gain 20 kilos and is everything okay, but he's not gonna love you less, and he's not gonna respect you less, and he's gonna provide some security that you can tell me what's going on, I'm here for you. So try to be that friend for you, not forcing love but forcing security. Force this security, like I'm safe with myself. And you can practice with a photo of you or with your image in the mirror, asking the question that I provided and trying to work on those questions and why you answer like that, why you feel like that, etc. Diving deep into them. And for each step, like if you feel tense or if you don't like your image or if you tell yourself this and that, just trying to come back to security. Like, okay, I feel tense, but actually I can feel secure with myself, there is no danger. Or okay, I don't like that about myself, I don't see myself, I don't recognize myself, but I see my eyes, I know that it's me, I know that there is still myself to reveal, and it's here, I just need to reveal it. And so I'm safe, I'm here, I'm safe. I'm gonna do what it takes, I'm gonna make a plan, and I'm gonna move forward to who I am. And feeling safe with yourself will show better than self-love, just because you can practice it even when you're not at your best yet, and you can easily implement it. Because when we talk about self-love, we actually don't know what we need to do. Okay, I need to love myself, but how do I do that? Do I take a bath? Do I put some makeup on? Do I go for a walk? What do I do? But self-security, you can really practice it daily very easily by just asking yourself, what do I need today? When I look at my face, instead of hating it or trying to avoid it, if I really look for a moment every morning or every night or every lunch or whatever. I find a moment every day to look at myself and just wonder, what does it feel like I need if I look at my face? Does it feel like I need water? Does it feel like I need rest? Does it feel like I need connection? Does it feel like I need a hug? Does it feel like I need to, I don't know, eat something? Does it feel like I need to release some emotions? Does it feel like I just need some calm and peace? What do I need today? So look again at yourself, at this photo or this mirror or this image that you have in your mind of yourself, and just ask yourself, like, what do I need today? And babe, if you want to go deeper into what your face is actually saying, if you need a little help to restore this relationship with your face, you can book a face reading with me, and we will check together what your face is holding, what it's saying, what you can do. And I will provide also a specific face massage to release anything that you need to release. So don't hesitate to consult the website, and I would be so happy to walk that path a little bit alongside you. Babe, you got this. See you in the next one.